of the spiritual and administrative centers of the faith on God's holy mountain, the vineyard of the Lord. The tablets of the divine plan were a series of 14 tablets revealed by Abdu'l-Baha and addressed to the Baha'is of North America for the spiritual conquest of the planet. And finally, the will and testament of Abdu'l-Baha, a crucial component of that new world order that is destined to embrace in the fullness of time the whole of mankind. There is not time in this program to show the tremendous development made by the Guardian, except to contrast his progress from the heroic age which ended in 1921 through his guardianship which ended with his passing in 1957. By the passing of Abdu'l-Baha in 1921, the mansion of Baji and the Most Holy Tomb looked like this. By the end of Shoghi Effendi's 36-year guardianship, he had sanctified Baji by demolishing the dwellings of the covenant breakers, and had beautified it by renovating the remaining structures, furnishing the mansion of Baji, and landscaping the surrounding environs. By 1921, the faith owned 1,000 square meters at Baji. By 1957, Shoghi Effendi had increased those holdings to 257,000 square meters. On one of his visits to Mount Carmel, Baha'u'llah pitched his tent in a grove of cypress trees and pointed out to Abdu'l-Baha where he wanted the Shrine of the Bab to be built. Abdu'l-Baha tells us, for some 8 years he labored ceaselessly to rear the Shrine of the Bab. He said, every stone of that building, every stone of the road leading to it, I have with infinite tears and at tremendous cost raised and placed in position. When Abdu'l-Baha had completed the shrine, it looked like this from the front. When Abdu'l-Baha undertook the construction of the original Shrine of the Bab, he wanted to have 8 doors, but he could not achieve more than 5 during his lifetime. The master's wish was finally fulfilled in 1929 when Shoghi Effendi added 3 more rooms. Shoghi Effendi appointed William Sutherland Maxwell, a distinguished Canadian architect, as the architect of the superstructure and arcade of the Shrine of the Bab. These next few images show the different stages of the evolution of this construction. When it was finished in 1953, the Guardian called it the Queen of Carmel. He described it as enthroned on God's holy mountain, crowned with glowing gold, robed in shimmering white and girdled with emerald green, a sight enchanting every eye, whether viewed from the air, the sea, the plain, or the hill. The third category is his establishment of the administrative order. During the Bab's ministry, the faith had spread to 2 countries. By the passing of Baha'u'llah in 1892, the faith had spread to 13 countries. Abdu'l-Baha raised the number of countries to 20. And Shoghi Effendi increased it to an astonishing 254 countries, having brought 100 countries into the faith in 1 year. The Guardian used the shrine of the greatest holy leaf to explain the model of the administrative order. The base represents the local spiritual assemblies, the foundation that holds up the entire structure. a divine institution created by Baha'u'llah. The pillars represent the National Spiritual Assemblies, an institution created in the Will and Testament of Abdu'l-Baha. The dome represents the Supreme Universal House of Justice, a divine institution created by Baha'u'llah and infallibly guided. The tablets of the Divine Plan were a series of 14 tablets addressed to the Baha'is of North America and revealed by Abdu'l-Baha for the spiritual conquest of the planet. The tablets of the Divine Plan were unveiled in New York City in 1919, and this little girl, who became the wife of the Guardian, unveiled the tablet for the Dominion of Canada. The tablets of the Divine Plan were not implemented until 1937, when Shoghi Effendi launched the first 7-year plan, called the greatest collective enterprise ever launched by the followers of Baha'u'llah in the entire history of the first Baha'i century. The second 7-year plan was from 1946 to 1953. The 10-year World Crusade saw astonishing victories. 100 new countries were opened in just 1 year of this plan. But it was during this plan that we lost our beloved Guardian. Shoghi Effendi was now 60 years of age and worn out by decades of ceaseless work. The Guardian left this world in London on November the 4th, 1957. Now the terrible hour of leave-taking had come. Children bowed their little heads beside their mothers. Old men wept. The iron reserve of the Anglo-Saxon, the tradition never to show feeling in public, melted before the white-hot sorrow in the heart. In her booklet on the passing of Shoghi Effendi, Rihya Khanum writes, "He was our guardian, king of the world. We know he was noble because he was our guardian. We know that God gave him peace in the end. But as I looked at him, all I could think of was, how beautiful he is, how beautiful." Rihya Khanum reports that Dr. Yunus Khan of Frukta, Abdu'l-Baha's secretary, recorded an incident in which a woman wrote from America in 1897 asking about a verse in the Bible. The woman had asked the master about this verse in Isaiah that says, "The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them." The master said, "Verily that child is born, and is alive, and from him will appear wondrous things that thou wilt hear of in the future. Thou shalt behold him endowed with the most perfect appearance, supreme capacity, absolute perfection, consummate power, and unsurpassed might. His face will shine with a radiance that illumines all the horizons of the world." Therefore, forget this not, as long as thou dost live, inasmuch as ages and centuries will bear traces of him.